that means game week 1 has officially kicked off. Gents,
And
I trust
ended
you
for
guys
the
are good.
important teams.
Oh yeah, we do the Monday special, but anyway, we'll get there. Besides the sporting weekend that we had, how are you gents doing?
I'm
Today
good
was a whole
despite the
week.
sporting weekend that we've had.
Oh shit, there was the rugby, there was F1, there was EPL from Friday. Yeah. So I don't know where you guys want to start. I think let's the elephant in the room. Let us go.
The
There
elephant
was
that
so
fell out
many
of the tree.
elephants from this past weekend.
Nah, I think let's go here. Let's go number 1.
Us first, yes,
Wise,
just the way they like it.
yeah. I don't know if you gents watched the game. Feelings
yeah.
around it.
I'm terrified.
It was comprehensive, is the best way for me
Yeah.
to put it.
They
was
look like
Sarah.
a side. They look like a side that is like 10 games into the season.
Yep.
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no rustiness.
Mhm.
There's no learning to play together. It looks, as you say, it looks like it's mid-October. You bracing yourself for the international break or the Christmas run-in, and you're playing a newly promoted side at home, and you know you've just got to turn up and do the job. And that's exactly what they did. They
Yeah.
Mhm.
turned up and they did their job.
And they were rootless. They were
And they were, well,
ruthless.
I don't think they were ruthless. I think they got to 3-0 and then they took their foot off the pedal.
I think so too.
Which is fine because, again, when you're 10 games in, you don't have a point to prove. You just
Mhm.
want to get it done. And I think that's Arteta learning from last season, because last season he overran Rice and Saka and they
Yeah.
both picked up injuries. So now he's like, guys, you're 3-0 up, just rest on the ball. And they rested with the ball and they'll be fine next week.
Who are they? Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
I think it's Villa at home or Villa away that they play next
We'll
week.
get to Villa.
Yeah,
I
we'll
think.
get to Villa.
Yeah, there's a lot to say about
So
Aston Villa.
I watched them and I got scared. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I have them as the team winning the I think it's theirs to lose, but not that comprehensive, put up a performance like that. It didn't look like a first game of the season for them. They were just like, I feel they could have had more. Their middle is compact as fuck. Their defense, I think the defense is at last season speaks for itself. Though I suspect what's his name? The Gabriel. There's a yellow that he took there, where he got out muscled and outsmarted by the striker, who the striker is actually he's quite a decent, but yeah, maybe it's me giving myself some hope.
Hopium.
Yeah, but like they look the thing. I don't know if there's anything to add about Arsenal. We can then move on from it.
I think they are the team to beat this season, but there's always going to be a way to beat Arsenal, and once one team figures that out, then
That's
everyone
nice.
else, and that's what we saw every single time that they didn't win the league, and even last season. I think last season, I mean, look, we all said it. City did lose the league, but there will come a time where they play someone, they get outsmarted, and also we also need to remember the rules changed a bit for corners, so they may not be as strong on corners as they were last season. So we just have to wait and see on that. But definitely the team to beat, and they were so good. They were very, very, very good. I mean, I was under the impression that Rice, Saka, and someone else weren't going to be fit for the start of the season, and they looked pretty good. So yeah, we just have to wait and see. So Solis looks really good. Solis looks really,
I was
really,
going to
really
shout
good for
him
the
out as
price.
well. I think
Yeah,
he's very direct.
it's an upgrade.
He gets the ball and he immediately thinks, put it in the box or have a shot.
Mhm.
And generally players like that do get figured out. But I don't know if you guys notice this. He has his head up when he's taking his touch.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not taking the touch and then picking his head up, and that does save you some time. Makes it a little
Yeah.
bit more difficult. And I think the reason why it's probably under instruction as well, because they don't want to take the ball to the corner and try and get a corner.
Mm-hmm.
They
No,
want to
no, I
stay
think
inside the
they've
game.
passed that stage. If you think that they will score a bulk of their goals from set play, you're wrong.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to reintroduce themselves with a different style of getting goals, and I don't think it's going to be corners.
It's what we spoke about last year, right? Like last season, Arsenal fans don't care. They don't care that they played haram ball. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
They
20
just
years'
needed to
time,
get that monkey
it's
off
going to
their
show
back.
that Arsenal won the league. Now that they've won the league and they've got the monkey off their back, now they can start playing the football that they want to see. And it's not there yet, but I have a feeling Arteta's going to want to go that way.
The tricky part is if 3-4 games and he doesn't get the desired results, does he revert to the corner taking but anyway, let's
No,
not get into
I don't think so.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
he won the league in that dark arts way. Now he can go back to playing the kind of football that they were really, really, really good at, but then they
And then he
kept
can just
bottling.
point out at people playing with dark art and
Yeah.
like, oh, look at these guys. But anyway,
I mean, look, I've always liked Arteta when they played that kind of football, when it wasn't the dark arts and it was free flowing, and Odegaard looked like an actual athlete. You know, they were really good to watch. But it's a mixed bag. Like you said, it can go. They would play that way and then realize it's not working, and then he can jump ship. But I don't think so. I feel like now what he'll probably do is in the league he'll play his free flow, free flow, free flow, and then in the Champions League he might try his dark arts because, and we have to be honest, she had almost worked against PSG. They lost on pens. PSG didn't batter them. They lost on
I
pens.
I don't
So
think it was ever going to work against PSG.
well, it almost did. It almost did. They were 2 kicks away from winning the Champions League, playing dark arts football. So I don't see what stops him from leaving dark arts. So that they've got depth now. They've got a lot of depth. So I'm very scared of Arsenal this season because I just don't know what to expect with them.
but they mistreating Martinelli there. So Ian Wright has a comment about it. That was funny. So for those that are not in the know, what Martinelli has an offer to go Saudi. I don't know if he's interested, but they're trying to get money for a certain Argentinian striker who is locked up there somewhere in Spain. I don't
490
know that
million euro, and he's
that odd,
yours.
yeah. But like I've got a view also on that where these players, because I yeah, I followed this kid's trajectory where he was in Argentina. Argentina moved to Man City. It didn't work out at Man City because he wanted to be the main man.
Mhm.
Um, and you couldn't because
How they
he
would
got
love a
signed in the
player like
same
him now,
window
though.
as Haaland. Yeah, I think Haaland came later on in that same
No,
window.
I'm sure Alvarez
Or was
came
it a
the
year
season
apart?
before.
Alvarez came before Haaland, I'm pretty sure.
Is
I'm
it?
pretty sure he
Okay.
came the
But
season before.
oh
Mhm.
yeah, I think he was attacking with Jesus, and Jesus was injury prone. So then you've got Haaland coming in, and this kid, like, he wants to be the main man. He then moves to Spain. He gets paid quite a bit of money
Mhm.
because there's a team that trusts that he can be the number one, and he gets there now that a bigger team wants him. If bigger team is in Barcelona, now he's going to be the boy that cried wolf. Like, I don't get that. Honestly, I don't
I
get it.
don't blame him
It's
though, because I think Barcelona need to stop with their whole penny pinching and just pay
yeah,
up. Nobody's asking
yeah.
490 million, obviously, but if you want an obvious world class attacker in Julian Alvarez, you pay the 120, 130, 140.
Mhm.
But like the weird thing is that these players are so entitled. I mean, he's getting paid a gazillion freaking, I don't know, rands, whatever. But because someone has tapped his shoulder, now he wants to jump ship. But there's money that's owed to the other team, where the other team, they've got him contracted for however long. And now I don't, because
A
the game
6-year
that he
contract.
played over the
The thing
weekend, the
is,
fans were booing
he
him.
signed the 6-year contract.
Yep.
And he signed the contract that said it's a 400, and I thought it was 500.
Not under
It's a
duress.
490
He didn't have a
million
gun
euro.
in his head.
Yeah.
That's why you put your release clause at 150, 160, and let whichever team wants you take it to the La Liga offices and pay. Because in La Liga you have to have a release clause. You can't not have a release clause. So yeah, look, if he wants to play that game, he's playing that game and he's losing. So
No, he's going to lose it. But I think they will come for him. Whoever comes for him, be it
I don't think he'll
EPL.
go to Arsenal. I don't think he'll go to Arsenal. They won't do that. That whole thing with Vinicius, even that too, I don't know how they would have bought him. But
I enjoyed that. I miss
Yeah.
those days of making fun of those fuckers. But anyway, let's move on. We're not gonna talk about the second match of the weekend. There was the Saturday lunchtime kickoff.
Saturday lunchtime kickoff.
Yeah, let's skip that one for now.
no,
and I think
let's
the
talk
next
about
game-
that one.
No. We'll talk about it after. We'll talk about it. I think we've got quite a few people. Let's yeah. And if I watched the Everton game.
Are the
I don't know if you
comments
guys.
open, gents?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen any comments now that I think about it. Cheese hasn't said anything. Neither has Crizo and
Oh,
Tools.
waiting for Crizo, to be honest. I'm not seeing any messages in the group.
Fuck. What
Are we live?
We are live. We are live.
Okay.
Okay. I then watched the Everton game, but I was like watching dribs and drabs of it. They look solid. I think I can't remember who here went and said Moyes has to be respected, in that Moyes knows how to set a team to collect maximum points.
Well, not collect maximum points, but he knows how to navigate the league, right?
That's how you phrased it.
Yeah, and they'll be fine. They'll be fine. There are no danger of getting relegated. There are no danger of making Europe. They're Everton.
Danger of
That's
making Europe.
where they are. They'll be fine. Like you have to respect their manager, and you have to respect that club. This is coming from me. Yeah, they'll be fine. I don't like their strikers, but they've got enough goals.
I think
around the
that
team.
Barry kid is actually good.
I think he needs have you ever seen a striker that is not confident, where he needs that injection of confidence in him, and I think it might just unleash him, because sorry the Shiva, where after he scored, they actually pushed him to celebrate, because he's got a dance that he does whenever he celebrates and whatnot.
Yes.
He didn't do it until the teammates actually pushed him and then he did his dance. So I think he needs that. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into it.
I mean, he's not exactly young. I think he's like 23, 24. But I mean, he's their man now. They don't have what is that tall Portuguese guy that had Beto? And
Has Beto left?
I don't even know where Beto is, but I know.
Let's be honest.
Is it Thierry? It's Thierry or Tony Barry or something like that.
Something, yeah.
And he looked good. He actually did look good. I did watch the Everton game as well. So I mean, they don't play good football, but they can grind out results against Palace team. So yeah, at that dumbass stadium of theirs. So yeah,
Dewsbury Hall is
underrated.
a Europa League level player.
Yes.
Is he not?
Yeah.
He is.
So I mean, that's one Europa League player in that team, and I think Branthwaite is possibly a Champions League level defender.
And so is Pickford. Pickford is a Champions League level goal.
I was gonna go with the keeper.
I'm not convinced by Pickford.
Nah, get out of here. Nah. Your hate for Everton shows. But like he
and they
pulled
also
off.
got Hayden Hackney. I think Hayden Hackney is a very, very good midfielder. They bought him from
They've got
Middlesbrough.
Ndai. I feel he needs to be more
There's a
consistent.
player there in there. Like,
Yeah, and
there's
it's
something there.
irritating.
It is irritating. It is irritating because it's like, you know, when you have a scratch on your back and you just can't. It's like that. It's but ah, he's a
Nah,
hopeless player, is what I'm trying to say.
he's not consistent because he can have a cracker of a game on game week 1, and
Mhm.
then he puts in stinkers for 2, 3, and then comes back at 4 and
Yeah.
shows up. So, and the team needs him to just like try and continue at that same level.
Yeah.
Like maybe pull a solid. Oh, my team is out. Is it? Okay, I'll check it out. Ooh, my manager's first. Ooh, hello.
Yeah. Tell us
Is
the lineup.
Palestra playing?
No, he isn't.
Oh,
And guess
Goalkeeper.
who is not playing in the middle? A certain man who is wanted by City, but City don't want to
Ooh.
cough up the funds. This is big. This is very big because Lavia.
oh, Palestra isn't even on the bench. Damn.
Sheesh. Guys, what's his name? Caicedo's not even freaking. Caicedo's not starting.
Is he? I think Caicedo's injured, isn't he?
I have no idea. So this is us, right?
It
We've
is a
got
back
Sanchez.
three.
Yeah. It's a back 3, 4 in the middle with Gusto, James, Romeo, and Hato. And then up front, it sets itself.
I
It's
don't like
Rogers.
this team. I don't like this team.
No, wait. Who's your? Oh, Hato's. So your wing backs are Gusto and Hato,
Yeah. Why don't you like this team?
and then you've
Isn't
got
Achiampong the right wing back?
They're converting him.
no. He's the centre back. So you've got James and Lavia sitting, and then you've got Rogers.
The front three is fine.
Pedro,
Palmer, Rogers, and
and
Pedro is fine, but I
Yeah,
don't like the rest of that team.
those ones set themselves up, yeah.
I'm interested to see how that front three will play.
Mhm.
I think they can all interchange positions, and the link-up play could be absolutely beautiful there, or they could all get in each other's way.
Nah, that's the only United does that. We'll talk about that getting each other's way. Yeah, that's an interesting. Yeah, okay, not the team that I'd set because the middle, the James and Romeo. I didn't foresee that.
Double pivot.
Enzo is leaving United. Sorry, also is leaving Chelsea. I can safely say so. I'm at peace with it now.
Enzo.
Yeah, he's not injured. I think he wants out.
He's
and
not
if he
worth
does,
120 million, man.
No. The 120 million was last Friday's price.
Deadline, yes.
Deadline. Now it has to be more. So fuck them. If they want him, they must cough up 130, 140. Because today's price
is not yesterday's price.
Yeah.
Yeah. They missed the window, so yeah, F them. Yeah, honestly, fuck Enzo. He can go. He can go to his daddy there. Anyway.
Other Enzo.
Let's actually, I am dead. I am Enzo's dad. My son's name is Enzo. Oh, and then Ipswich versus Sunderland. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, sir.
Oh, which one
the only other game that I saw on that Saturday was that brutal hiding at the GTEC Stadium later that afternoon. That was hilarious. That was
no, I missed that game.
Hilarious.
I caught a little bit of Forest. They look. It's not flat.
The team in transition.
Yes, that's probably the best way to put it. I caught a little bit of Forest. I caught a little bit of. There was another game on. Let me just check the fixtures to remind myself.
Sunderland.
Sunderland versus Ipswich, and then Spurs was also playing at 6:30, I think. I think he was.
No. Sorry, Leeds played Forest. Yeah. I'm not sold on Leeds either. I think both teams will stay up. But that win for Ipswich is massive, considering that only one other promoted team lost. Sorry, spoilers. We're not going to talk about a promoted team that won. Okay,
But
let's
yeah,
talk about Spurs. Let's talk about Spurs.
I don't know what's going on there.
That's what happens
I
when
don't
you
know.
when you take too many ingredients and throw it in the same pot and hope for the
Hope for
best.
the best.
Hmm.
I
They
think the
were
difference there
poor.
is Brentford are a settled side and
Yep.
Spurs are not.
Spurs
Yeah,
I
were
didn't
were
watch
very
the
it was
bad.
game.
a
I didn't
Spurs were
see any
very, very bad. I
highlights.
do not rate De
it was a
Zerbi as a
throwback of
manager.
last. It was a throwback of last season's Spurs. Like
Wow.
you watch them and you're like, what's going on here? Like
Hmm.
where are we going with this? Because Madison came on and they perceive him to be the maverick, the magician, but I
Dude,
didn't see
like
a
Medicine
difference.
came on and the creativity dropped. I was shocked when that
I
happened. Like I couldn't believe it when I saw that
Yeah.
because I was also excited. I like Madison, but like he came on and then like nothing really like it was like like okay. It was like like
yeah, the comments, Chelsea is a
hey, yeah, it's your
wow,
first
okay.
game during the week. It might be our only game during the week, man. Happy for y'all.
Fun and games, fun and games. Good. So we see you. Thank you, Kagiso, for your comment. Stirring up shit, but anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, Spurs reminded me of like when that accident is about to happen and you can like you standing on the side and you watching it and you're like, yeah, I've seen this movie before. That's what Spurs reminded
Hmm.
me of.
I don't think it'll be as bad as last season and the season before,
Yeah,
but
no,
I
I
don't
don't.
rate De Zerbi as a manager. But
They made
yes,
Tonali look fucking horrible.
yeah, Tonali was awful. I'm disappointed in Madison, man. I feel like every team needs a creative force in this league,
Yeah,
especially against like you can't split up the creativity between four players and
and
it's
still
like it's even between those four. You need that one highly creative player, and that we'll talk about that with Liverpool when we get
You
to
need
that.
the dictator.
Yeah. And like there's just nothing. And you can say it about City as well, and we'll talk about that, but like there's just nothing going on. And there was also what was going on last year for them. Like whenever you watch them play, it was like, okay, we're going to give it to the wingers. The wingers can't cross. Okay, we're going to give it back to the far side center mid. Give it to the other side, far side center mid. Give it to the other winger. Okay, cross is not on. Play it back. There's just like you're waiting for the game to open itself up rather than giving it to a player who can open the game up by himself. And
very
that
true,
was a
very true.
problem.
Like
I
it
think what you
reminds
said is
me.
very important there about you can't have four creators all trying to create
Hmm.
because that means nobody's making the run,
Hmm.
right? And I'm thinking back to that Spain side, right? Because that Spain side had four creators, but
Five creators.
when you
Five.
well, they had 11 creators essentially.
Hmm.
I mean, Casillas on his day could pick a pass, but if you think about it, early on, it was Xavi was the primary creator in terms of on the ball and receiving the ball, and Iniesta was the secondary creator in terms of getting the ball from deep and progressing the play forward, getting Spain up the pitch with his dribbling, with his one-twos, and then if Iniesta beat a man, he had exactly the same passing range as Xavi, but his first choice wasn't to pick a pass like how Xavi would pick a pass.
Mm.
His
Mm,
first choice was to progress the play with his dribbling.
yeah,
Whereas Xavi, who his first choice was to pick a pass, but if he couldn't pick a pass, his second choice was then to progress the play with his dribbling. Right. And maybe that's why I always preferred Iniesta because I always felt like he had more to his game. Um, I didn't watch the game yesterday, but what I'm hearing is maybe there were four players all standing around waiting to pick that perfect pass, and nobody making the run.
every team needs a donkey. That's the only
We
way I can like put
stole
it.
all our donkeys.
No, you'll still have a donkey. He plays
No,
in
no,
number
we
10.
have a different kind of donkey now.
You'll have
And
a
then
very donkey. You'll have a very, very
let's
much
move
a
over
donkey.
to Sunday. I think Sunday was an interesting one. So I missed this game, and I'm not irritated at myself. I took the kids to the bike park. ended up spending the whole day there, so I couldn't watch any game.
Can we
Villa.
talk about what Brighton did to Villa first? Because that was that was like
So I also wasn't home. I
that
also wasn't home,
was
and
so
I reached for my phone because I'm like, oh, what time is the Liverpool game? I need to be home by then.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, maybe I can catch the lineups or something. And then I'm like, wait. Then I saw, oh, Brighton scored 4, and I'm like, okay, scrolling down. Hold on, scroll back up. Villa.
yeah.
But like,
It
guys,
was bad.
it
I watched that
cannot
whole
be.
game. They were
It
so
cannot be
funny.
that beginning of the season, Villa go through this every
Every
time. Because
season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you remember last season, they lost
They
their
didn't
first
win a
5.
single game for their first 10 or something dumb like that.
But
Like
Yeah,
they
it
something
was
also
the
really
didn't
first
stupid.
5
score
that
for
they
5
lost.
games in a row or
Yeah.
something
Something
retarded.
really stupid, and then they went on a quiet run where
Yeah.
they didn't lose. They just kept on winning, drawing.
Yeah.
But like, yes, it was
But like,
bad.
also, if you remember last season, they had matches.
Gubani's Wi-Fi is on life support. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're back now.
Okay, you're back. You're back. We can.
All right, I don't know. They had a player revolt where Martinez had said cheers to the crowd, and now you've got a situation with
He did that
Watkinsons and
twice.
shit.
He did that twice. He did that at the back end of the season before last when he thought he was coming to us. And he did it last season again. And he's still there. He's still there.
Fire your agent. At this point, you fire your
Yeah,
agent.
I don't know what blood is cooking there, but yo. And then when they brought on Garnacho, that just made my whole day because yo, that guy stank. It was so funny. But it's bad because they were 4 goals down and a man down, and it was still the first half. So so Brighton could have cooked them, but I think they're just like, yeah, okay, you know,
I watched the
like what
highlight. I watched the highlight, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But yeah, they
it
look
was so
terrible.
one-sided. It was so
Yeah.
one-sided. I enjoyed that game so much. So much.
And then City stole it, if you want to call it
I
that.
wouldn't say stole it. I think City were after Bournemouth scored. They really. I know they had that one chance, Tavernier, but after that, I think that may be due to managerial. I don't know who the new manager is, but we've seen it before. If you go one up against a big team, don't sit, especially when you're away
Yeah.
from home. Don't sit and wait. I'm not sure who the new manager is, but like maybe that's a bit of
It's chubby.
inexperience in the Premier League.
Yeah, he doesn't have any experience in the Premier League. I saw him
Yeah,
and I
so
was like,
maybe
who's
he's like,
this
okay,
guy?
you know what?
Because there's a
He's
lot
gonna
of
park.
managerial changes.
Mhm. I thought that was a good game, but they did not look as untidy as I thought they would look under a new manager.
Talking about
Who's that?
I'll
City.
leave it as that. And yeah, City. And okay, look, Haaland missed 3 sitters, right? We can't
Yeah.
blame him for that. But I think if he scored 2 of those 3, and then they scored one more or another one, and I believe one of those chances came before the goal for Bournemouth. So I don't think the problem at City is as bad as what people think it is. It's
Nah,
still
but I think
bad, but
also the
yeah,
the Arsenal game kind of like opened up a can of
yeah,
worms in that in as much as it's a charity shield, the way that they lost the shield, they didn't show up. So I
yeah,
think that's where the question mark and the unfounded fucking they're horrible and stuff.
it
City,
was,
the quality is there, guys. Turkey got
yeah.
2 assists.
and Holland's gonna start banging them in at some point.
The
Like,
quality is there though, but they don't have depth. They
They're
really don't
selling
have
players.
depth because now Mamouche and Savino have left. Now, I know that's not exactly quality in depth, but I mean when you're throwing up a hungover Jack Grealish to hold the ball down on the left hand side, and you know there's something wrong there. I know Cheese said that he is an Enzo signing, but like they don't have good attackers besides
my
Haaland. I'm not
thing
going to
with
consider
City
Cherky
is
an attacker. I think he's a 10, but
Mm.
like.
they don't have someone who, okay, they have one player, I would say, who is someone who you can say when things are going against you, just give this man the ball, right? Okay, Holland was never that player. He's never going to be that player.
Hmm.
It's not. It's not a critique on him because that's just the type of player that he is.
Hmm.
If you give him service, he will score. But you need to give him the ball in the right areas. You can't just give him the ball, right?
Yeah.
You need to. You need to. It needs to come in a certain way, and then he will do what's necessary. But okay, Foden has been that guy for them previously where he gets on the ball, he takes responsibility, and he makes things happen. He was not that guy last season, right? He was shocking last season,
Yeah.
and he was shocking in the Charity Shield as well. Aside from him, I mean, Chucky can make things happen, but how reliable is he? They just when I think City, I think that team that we had to chase down to 99 points, and I think we got 98 points,
That
and
free
still
flowing,
we
that
still couldn't
free
catch them.
flowing 100 whatever.
But not just the free flowing. Like if the game is not free flowing and you're stifling them, oh, here comes David Silva who turns the guy, threads the perfect pass, and now you're 1-0 up,
Yeah. No,
right?
I hear you.
Or like if
But on
you're having a
Foden,
midfield battle that you're losing, you just give the ball to Kevin De Bruyne and he just keeps it. And now there's no midfield battle anymore because no one gets anywhere near him.
Hmm.
yeah,
That
yeah.
City team,
But
I think
Foden looked,
that revamp that they're doing isn't like you've got Anderson, you've got Boadi, who I think is a very very good talent, but you need attackers. And I think maybe what they're trying to they're signing some random Brazilian, but with
Mhm.
random Brazilians, that's literally the definition of 50-50. You either end up with
yeah,
Vinicius and Rodrigo, or you end up with Savinho and Martinelli.
Mhm.
So I don't know what the plan is. The- there's no wingers. We had a show about this during the World Cup. There's no left wingers. There's literally no left wingers out there. That's why Arsenal
they're
had to
getting
try to
rid
sign
also of
Vinicius
the
Junior.
that Spanish midfielder that they've got. He's leaving. I forgot his name now. Is
Oh, Nico
Garcia?
Gonzalez, yeah, he's signed for
Oh,
Newcastle. That
Gonzalez.
was also a bit of a
What?
weird one.
I mean, I
Yeah,
would have taken him at Liverpool.
55 million,
I
no.
would have taken him. Oh, okay, we'll get to Liverpool. I'll explain why I would have taken him.
Yeah, I'll
we
also
can talk
explain
about
why you should have
Liverpool,
taken.
but also City is. I don't know the way that they're moving now. I don't know if the money is not as free flowing as I would expect it,
I mean, they
because
just dropped 100 bar on Boadi. They want to get Enzo for 120. They can sign two wingers for 60 each. I think they can do it. And if they can't, then Daddy Sheikh can write another check and then make it 80 each.
what
That's how
and
that
then and
club
then and then
works.
the price of Brent crude oil goes up by like $2. There was a guy. That was a joke, guys. Like, yeah, that was a joke.
Yeah,
Let's
I can imagine.
let's move over to the last game of the weekend.
Can I go first on this one? I have much to say.
Fine,
I
fine.
have much to say about this game.
Can I
Firstly,
mute you?
that was such a stolen one pointer for Liverpool Football
I think
Club.
that was a fair pen. That
It
was
no 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 no. So
Yeah,
I
let
said
the
this.
man finish.
I said this to my dad, right, Sishle. If they gave it as a pen, fine. If they didn't give it as a pen, fine. I wouldn't have
yes,
complained either
yes.
way.
Thank you,
I, I,
thank you.
I wouldn't have
But
complained
but
because
once
I
the
mean I
ref
can
gave it
see
as a
why it
pen,
wouldn't be a pen.
VAR
I can
can't
see why.
overturn it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
So
said anything.
I'm happy
Right.
with that decision either way. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
But the
First time,
performance,
first time you guys are in agreement. Okay.
yeah, but like the performance was bad. I mean, I saw a tweet and I think it's the most accurate thing that Frimpong attacks like a defender and defends like an attacker, and I was like, that is so true. That
Yeah.
is literally the truth. Um,
No, but okay. I'm gonna. What Frimpong is very good at doing when going forward is getting into the right position,
but
right?
then he does
But then
nothing.
then he receives the ball, and then
Awful,
it's
awful
like,
footballer.
I,
Awful footballer. I remember watching that Europa League final where they played Atalanta, and everyone was like, you know what, here's the best right back in the world. And we are watching Alonso's Leverkusen. When you're watching the game and you look on the right hand side, the most furthest forward player in that entire team was Frimpong. He was more ahead than I think Schlozek and Schick. I think it was one of those two. But yeah, he's not a Liverpool player.
there's a weird thing that
Bradley, is it
happens.
Bradley? I think
Yeah,
Bradley is
he's
a better
injured.
player than
No.
Frimpong.
Bradley is a much better right back than him.
And
He rates Bradley, so I
I
don't know
rate
how
mm,
Bradley a lot.
he rates as a generational talent.
No,
But yeah, with
okay,
Frimpong,
that's a bit
he
far,
yeah, no,
but
he's not
I mean,
generation.
that's what you
I just
said.
think
That's what you said the last
he's
time.
a good, solid right back, and he's a local boy. He's
he's from. For me, Bradley is just Andy Robertson, but on the right.
yeah, that's literally all you need. I
That's all
think
we
he's
need.
good. He's good. But
But you
I
guys
want to
forget.
talk about my favorite German 10, uh Flo, good old Flo.
I was
What
surprised you
the
didn't actually
hell
go.
is
I
going on
was,
with that guy? There
I
is
was,
no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset in that German attacking camp. He does nothing. The thing is, the 10 is my favorite position. I love seeing players like Silva, like Wirtz, like Musiala, like Bruno. But Wirtz, I when I watched that game, right? Like I was waiting for every touch to put a post in the group about how he lost it, but it got to a point where I started feeling bad. I started feeling bad for him. There's
no.
no
I
confidence.
wish we could
There's no
share. I wish
confidence.
we could.
Wirtz is a 10. He's one of those 10s. He's not only a creative 10, but I even
The thing
throughout
is,
the entirety of last season, he doesn't take his man on. I saw a
what's
few
happening
times last
is,
season where he'll beat a man, play that in behind through ball. There was none of that. And his crossing yesterday was
yeah,
appalling.
there
It
was
was
one cross
appalling.
where he tried to dink it. Well, what he should have done was dink it over the one defender, and Isak is right there
Mhm.
with the goalkeeper at his mercy. And instead, he puts whoop on it, and the defender doesn't have to do anything. Hits
Yep,
him straight in
hits
the
him.
face,
It hits
and it's
him.
like, cool. Thank you for that.
And
But my
look,
problem with
the
Wirtz
talent is
is
there though, but
the
I
talent.
really don't know.
That's what's so frustrating. Do you see the way he takes his first touch?
Mhm.
I'm like, my guy, can you just? But what's happening with Wirtz, and I'm not excusing Wirtz. What's happening with our midfield is the balance is off.
Oh yeah, I
And
know
and,
it's
and it happened.
shocking.
You could
It's
see it with the
shocking.
first goal. You could see it with the first goal. Why do we have six players in the opposition box?
Mhm.
Yeah,
We have
Mhm.
six
yeah.
players in the opposition box. Brazo makes a square pass.
Mhm.
He's got
Simple
four
pass.
players ahead of him, and he's got one player level with him, and he makes a square pass. And then, like, now what must happen, right?
I thought the best
Kirk's
player on the
got
pitch
a lot
was
of stick for that
Mhm.
goal, but I'm like, if the dude's faster than you, the dude's faster than you.
Yeah.
What
I
must
mean,
happen?
Ilanga is literally one of the fastest players in the world. Kirkes is fast, but Ilanga is fast.
Yeah, and
Ilanga
then
is
Yes.
really, really fast. This, like, I agree with Krizo here. Like, what did Isak offer? Also, I just want to put it down. You are a £150 million striker. You're playing against your own club. Why are you not stepping up for that pen? Where's the bottle? I don't care if
Soboslai is the designated penalty
you
taker.
you you are a £150 million striker. You scored one league goal in the last calendar year. You are playing away from home. The fans were booing you. I know Newcastle fans boo half the Premier League at this point, but they were booing you. They were booing you, and for some reason they were booing Zolberslai. I don't know what happened there.
No,
They
they
don't
weren't
give a
booing
shit.
Soboslai. They weren't booing Soboslai. What was happening was Soboslai was the only person who was passing to Isak. So every time he got the
Oh,
ball, they just started booing early. That's what it was.
because I was like, what the hell did Zolberslai do over here? I'm like, okay, but like you picked and you start game week one with the goal. Doesn't matter if it's a pen, doesn't matter if it's a last minute equalizer, doesn't matter if you drop a 5 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10, but you score an equalizing pen, nobody's gonna criticize you for the 4 or 5 out of 10. Nobody's gonna
Yeah,
say anything. And that is
yeah.
why I'm like, you show Bottle as a number 9 who has been injured, who has been shocking to watch. You still haven't made a statement at your new club that dropped a bag on you. Step up and
But
put it.
it's guys, it's the same thing with Vitz in that he's nice. I don't know if
He
that
is nice. He is
yeah,
nice.
like he is. I don't see him. See, Ozil was nice, but Ozil had a thing in him. There was a fire in his
Mhm.
belly. I don't see it with Verts.
David Silva. So okay, I liken Wirtz
Maybe
mostly to David Silva,
it's
right?
game week
Because
one.
That's
David
a
Silva
very
was also
interesting
nice, but
comparison
I
to make about a
realize.
very bad footballer.
no, but what I'm trying to say about David Silva is what he was very good at, and Wirtz doesn't have yet, was he wouldn't let players get close to him.
Mhm.
I spoke about Wirtz's first touch and how it's near perfect. David Silva would take that first touch, but immediately the ball's gone. The
Yeah,
ball's gone. The pass is made, or the turn is made. It's done.
his choice of pass was also very poor
It,
yesterday.
it,
Like
it,
it was
his
bad.
decision was made before he received the ball. Wirtz looks
Yeah,
like
but
he's
I
waiting
think
to
also
receive
he's
the ball
trying.
and then make the decision.
He's also he changed his game a bit. He's taking shots on target. Something he
Which,
wasn't doing.
look, it's it's really good, but I'm starting to see. Yesterday, it looked like he was playing as more of a second striker,
Yes,
Yeah,
whereas
yeah.
yes,
last
yes.
season he was playing as more of an advanced eight.
Eight.
Now,
There
don't
was a
get me
few
wrong,
times where Isak was
he's
actually
still playing
behind
the
him.
10 role, right? Or he's still playing the 10 position, but it's like what he's doing in the 10 position is different.
Mhm.
And I think Iraola is onto something because I did like that he's getting on the ball more. And I did like that he's looking for Isak more. What I didn't like was been complaining about fullbacks the whole of last season. I'm still complaining about fullbacks. Um, that back four looked like a back four that never played with each other
Yep,
before, which
yep.
is okay because they've never played with each other before. But like now you've had your game. Next game, I don't want to see that. Right?
Yeah,
Next game, you can't say we've never played together before.
Van Dijk has lost his pace. That
Van Dijk has
recovery
as
lost his
pace
pace. I said
that
that
was
last season.
insane,
Van Dijk has lost
gone.
his pace. But at 35, Rio Ferdinand was getting relegated with QPR, so it's okay. And Jackie looks a
Tidy. He was tidy. I didn't
he
have a
looks
problem with Jackie.
more than tidy. He has the footwork of a DM, but he doesn't have the vision of a DM.
I
Right?
was
He has a
surprised when you took him off for that bum. Where like his first pass was he tried to play a crossfield ball that went out for a throw in, and I started laughing when I saw that. I still have no idea. Even if Barcelona sent him to y'all for free, which I'm pretty sure there was no loan fee there.
there was no loan
He
fee.
he's not a good player. But I think we need to talk about that midfield because
No, that midfield, it's and,
that
and
was
and here's the thing, right?
embarrassing.
People are saying we don't need to sign a destroyer CDM. Oh, people are saying we need to sign a destroyer CDM. I don't think we need a destroyer CDM. We need a disciplined CDM. That's all. We need someone with discipline because in that first goal, right? I saw if you look at it individually, everyone did something that is highly, highly skillful, right? Wirtz dropped into a pocket and found space, right? So
yeah.
Bozlai
Loses the
made
ball.
a made a curving run that took Newcastle's midfield out of the game, right? And then Gravenberch, he saw the space and he beat his man and dribbled into that space and put pressure in the box. In isolation, all three of those things, you say, guys, what a player this guy is. But when all three things happen together, what happens is you leave this great big gap in the
Mhm.
midfield. Um, the attack breaks down, which I mean, an attack will break down. You need to be disciplined enough to know that doesn't matter how good my players are, an attack can break down. Ilanga
Yeah,
is the fastest player in the league, and he's just like free real estate.
Yeah, that's literally all that was.
I
It,
was
it
waiting. I was waiting for him to bottle it. By the way.
yeah,
I was
same.
also waiting
I
for him to
also
bottle
thought
it.
he was going to
But I
bottle
also
it.
want to point out Allison there because I mean he's been one of my favorite players, but I think he closed it down a little bit too much.
He narrowed the angle a bit too quickly, and you
Yeah,
can't do that. So against players who are not good finishers, you kind of supposed to stand your ground, and Ilanga is not a good finisher. So I don't know why he closed it down to
he
just try to.
just saw more free real estate.
Yeah,
And notice he didn't shoot it.
yeah, he passed it to the
Yeah,
net because he
He
can't
passed
shoot.
it.
He scored that exact same. Criso, if he's in the comments, he'll remember. He scored this exact same goal for us against Atletico Madrid. Exact same where the pass was made. He's not a good finisher, but bottom corner, pass it into the net. And
Mm.
when he had that chance, I was like, okay, this can go either way. But like you said earlier, I don't blame Kirkes. You guys know how much I love Kirkes. I don't think Kirkes was
No, no,
bad
no.
yesterday,
I don't
but
blame Kirkes for that. I blame Kirkes for other things, but not for that. Because I don't understand what you want Kirkes to do. The
yeah, no, it
only thing
wasn't
you could
Kirkes'
do
fault.
is take the yellow card. That's the only thing you could do if I'm him.
It
And
would
if
have
it's
been a
the
yellow because
85th minute,
there
I'll
was someone
say,
in front of them before Ilanga got off. Kirkes could have taken the yellow.
no, no, no. But you take the yellow at the 85th minute. At the 5th minute, maybe you don't take the yellow. Right? Um, the two center backs, they look like they were both trying to do the same thing. And they were both trying to jockey. And I'm like, this and I don't even know where Frimpong was.
Yeah,
Because if there's
Frimpong
anyone
didn't
who
even know
can
where he
catch
was.
Elanga, it's Frimpong.
Yep.
And but he was no, Frimpong was in the box. Frimpong was in the box.
It's I don't understand. You're bought Frimpong because your scouting department, which is usually very good, they gave them the parameters of okay, we need someone who is very good offensively. Okay, but what about no. Is he good offensively? Yes. Can he no, no, don't worry about any of that. Can he go forward and affect the play in an offensive way? Yes, sign him. Oh, cheap, yes, sign him.
Then you
26
sorted.
million, sign him. That's yeah. But also I want to shout out Malik Chow. What a performance. I talked about it in the group.
I feel like he could have got a booking a little bit earlier. He did get his booking in the end. I feel like it could have come a little
He
bit earlier
was
though.
good though. I
Um,
was impressed. I was really impressed. He was my man of the match. I saw they gave it to Wissa for some reason. I did not understand
dude, no,
why.
Versa.
No.
For
Wissa
me,
put in
Versa
a
was man of
shift
the
there.
match because even though he didn't score, I don't think he scored. But the way he harried that defense,
Yeah.
it it
Yeah.
it kind of put them on the back foot immediately.
Look, you guys know how I feel about players where their only gig is to work hard.
But it's
Look,
not
he
just
was good. He
working
was good, but
hard,
not man
right?
of the
He was a
match.
team player.
Yeah, he was the one. I think Willock's goal doesn't happen if Versa isn't harrying the defense the whole
Oh
way.
yes, yeah. Very good goal from Willock as well.
Very good goal. Very good goal
I
from Cody Gakpo. Has to be
Yeah,
Yeah,
said.
Cody.
that was a decent
I
one.
saw City are interested in Cody Gakpo
I
for
saw.
some
I
weird
don't
reason.
know if I believe it. I
I
don't know if I
I
believe it.
was no man. If that's the level, look, I like Gakpo, but if that's the level that Manchester City have to shop at, it says a lot about the winger market currently. But before we close off on Liverpool, I just want to say Iraola is a very good manager. And if there is one manager to get the best out of a 10 and a 9 like Wirtz and Isaac, it's him. Shivar mentioned it earlier about Wirtz playing as the second striker. I saw Isaac dropping deeper than Wirtz. You must remember, Solskjaer did a very similar thing with Bruno in the first couple of years, where Bruno was playing as a second striker and we saw how good he was. Now, I'm not saying that Wirtz is anywhere near the level of Bruno Fernandes. You can disagree with me. You can fight me on that. But I think if you are going to get the best out of someone like Wirtz, he's not an advanced eight. He's not an advanced eight.
I want to argue with Crizo there because I actually forgot about this when you mentioned that Vassell was man of the match. I thought the little kid Hall was superb.
Oh yes,
I thought he was
Until that one
absolutely
mistake.
excellent.
Yeah.
But Gary Neville explained it. He's like, that one mistake, it wasn't really a mistake because I mean, if it's outside the box, it's a foul, right? But you've kind of seen the referees wave that on. And if it wasn't given, I wouldn't be here complaining. I'd flag it and I'd be like, hey, that could have been a pin. But
He
I
was
wouldn't be,
distraught. He was
he
proper
was
distraught.
distraught because,
yeah.
and I would be too, because it's exactly what Gary Neville says. He got the better of his winger. We had three people who we tried on that right hand side. He got the better of
And
all three
Frimpong
of
was
them.
two of them.
And from, well, and then in like his last touch of the game, he just I think he was a little bit slow on his step and he had to try and make up for it. And that's why there was that coming together. And I like this Munoz kid.
The knees touched.
Yeah,
And who's that?
Munoz was good. I think that there's a player there in a few years.
Yeah,
But
he's
you
not there yet,
cannot
but I think
your first choice wingers cannot be two 18-year-olds.
I
You
felt bad for
cannot.
Rio. I, I I think if we play Rio on the right hand side, I think that's going to ruin him.
Yep.
He's so good at beating his man, but he's beating his man because on the left he can go both ways.
Mm-hmm.
On the right, if he goes outside, it's fine. But if he comes inside, he's very ineffective,
Mm-hmm.
right? But he's 18, so like it's fine. He's not Leo Messi, right? He's 18. It's okay. It's okay. When Sterling was that age, Sterling was not, even in that team, was not the main player. Sterling played at the 10 and he had the freedom to go on either wing, but the main players were Sturridge and Suarez, right?
Yeah.
So for me, Rio, okay, we've tried it. He's definitely a good player.
Get
But
it
I
off
don't
your
want to see
system.
him.
Who is
I,
going to be the right winger now? Because I
I have
don't.
a okay. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. When McAllister came on, yes, I know I know his season last season, but when he came on, I actually saw him sitting. I saw him using his brain, playing with his head and not with his feet. And I think if we go back to the double pivot of Gravenberch and McAllister, and we just get Gravenberch to be not more disciplined, but as disciplined as he was when we won the league, and we get them going again, I think our midfield is then okay for not for the league, but for finishing in a Champions League position, right?
Hmm.
Then Vert's at 10, but as a support striker, and then obviously having two disciplined midfielders behind him, that first goal doesn't happen. Left, I'm okay with Gakpo on the left because we will have Rio and Munoz as other players on the left. But I think on the right, then you play Dominic Soboslai. He
He's
was a winger.
versatile. I think
We've
I'm looking at the
played him on
time.
the right before. He's not really going to beat a man with his dribbling, but he will beat a man with his power. And he's got a good right foot on him
Mm-hmm.
as well. Plus, if you want someone to put it on a sixpence for Isak, who's got the deadliest ball in the league right now, or maybe one of the deadliest balls in the league right now. We saw that pen,
Where do you
right?
play
Yeah.
Ekitike then?
I don't think AKTK is going to feature much this season.
Yeah, I don't think.
If
Yeah,
I'm
I don't.
honest, I
Yeah,
think
that kind
I
of
think he
injury.
will be back come the end of Jan, but we gotta take it easy with him. We
Yeah.
gotta take it easy with him. And
Don't force it.
Barcola,
Don't
I don't
force
know.
him
It's gone
because
very silent on Barcola.
no,
I
it
don't
has a
think
Yeah,
team
Bakola's the
future.
answer to your problems.
I don't think he's the
You're a
answer.
very left winger heavy. You'll need a right winger.
We need a right winger. Exactly. Exactly. I've been saying, guys, Jared Bowen is there. Like, it's not glorious, it's not fancy, but he'll do you a job for 2 years.
True, true. This
Very
isn't
true.
even a bad shout where Vert's behind Isak and Ekitike, and then you have your width of Frimpong as a right
Yep.
winger.
Then we
But
need another centre back,
yeah,
a
that's
real
yeah.
centre back, a real, not a former Barcelona captain.
Converted. Okay, I'm looking at the time and I'd like us to just address this because I think Shivat, I'll hand over to you. You can go because when it came to Liverpool, I did let the fellow member speak first. So you go for it.
What Hull did was they saw that Carrick likes playing against a team that is going to try and beat United. They saw they came with 2 8s, and they knew that so they're going to press high and they're going to try to stifle us and they're going to try to beat us that way. If we get the ball in midfield, they're going to try to outrun us. They're going to harry us. They're gonna try pin back our fullbacks. And he's like, okay, then I'm just not going to attack.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then, and then it's like the
The
house of
two
cards
center
just fell
backs.
over, and they're like, "Oh, look, it's an open goal." It was really funny, guys. But
No, but
what
what
I
I
what I
found
will
funny.
say is the early kickoff. You cannot draw too many conclusions from an early kickoff game. It always has something weird happen. But
Yeah,
this one was fairly straightforward. United cannot break down a park pass, and I've said this about Bruno
and
Fernandes
a five back and a five
and
back.
a five back. That's how, by the way, how you play a five back. I've said this about Bruno Fernandes. He does have the quality, but his quality is in his output. His quality is not in his build-up. And against such a rigid back five and a parked bus, your build-up needs to be a little bit smarter because you have to pull them out of position.
Mhm.
You're not gonna get through them the way Bruno Fernandes gets through defenses.
That was my point about. I was a bit surprised that Tielemans played rather than Kobe, because Tielemans, I love Tielemans, but I was very disappointed in him in that he seemed to be getting in the way of both Bruno and Imbermo.
Mm.
And it was
Wait,
like he would
speaking of
drift off.
getting on the way of Burma, what was Maguire doing on the right wing?
Maguire was, well, we've seen him
Maguire
on
was
the
being
right.
Maguire.
Yeah.
Finish your
I
train of thought there, Trishul,
so
on Telemans being on top of, yeah.
so I like when I watched that game, every time I would look up, I would see that Tillemans was occupying the wrong spaces, and it was almost like we were playing with two tens, and then Santos was like a lone ranger in the midfield, which I wasn't disappointed in Santos at all. But I think for a game like that, you play Kobe because Kobe progresses the ball. Kobe can receive the ball, can turn, can distribute, and you let Bruno play up front, where Bruno can show with his output. Imbermo had a gilt-edged chance that he really should have scored. I thought Cunha was
Which
a
one?
bit
This
hit or
is
miss.
still at 0-0.
That no, I think we were a goal down. I think we were a
Okay.
goal down at that point. It was at 1-on-1 that Cunha played a very good ball. I thought Rashford looked tidy when he came on,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think at this
People are
point
complaining about
I've made my
Rashford
peace that
because
Rashford is going to stay, and I'm not upset about it because we literally just talked about how shit the left winger market is. If City want to go and sign Gakpo, I'm fine with Rashford for another year. He looked tidy. He was actually taking on his man, which is something that I
thank
beg
you.
for him.
He never beat his man, right? But still, even though you're not beating your man, the fact that you're taking him on
Yep.
puts something in his mind, right?
Hmm.
And eventually, I think if Rashford started, eventually he would have beat his man.
Yeah. I
But
I was
my
disappointed though in Mazraoui. We need a left back. I thought Shaw was awful in that first half, and in the second half he was the best player on our team. But you can't have that inconsistency from your fullback. Look, I said this to everyone who talked to me. I'm not making a mountain out of a molehill. It was a first game. We still have to bid in some of these signings. Baleba is probably done, but I don't think he's playing until September. All we can do now is just go and put a good performance against Ipswich. I'm not going to sit here and start throwing the toys out of the pram. We have a lot of depth where Carrick can change things up. He can play Sheshko, start Sheshko, play Rashford, put in Burma on the right. I know Ahmad is injured, but
That's a
we
tall
have
striker
options
who
now.
can't hit the ball. I don't know why, but he can't hit the ball for some odd reason.
Ah, he did score a couple of headers last season, so we'll just have
Yeah,
to
but
look.
like this.
I'm not throwing up about it. We have enough options. It's not like last season, the year before, where it's like, okay, plan A failed and there's no plan B. We have plan A, we have plan B, we can even make a plan C. So yeah. And also, yes, dead balls. We are shit at marking dead balls. And they knew that. So the better team won. I'm not gonna sit here and say anything. The better team won. Our players were poor on
I
the
think you
day.
say that because it's
Exactly.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
you really can't
Yeah,
say anything. If we
but
played this
if they
team
want to,
10, 15 game weeks in, we would have won. We would have won, in my opinion.
well,
We would
But
have
if
won.
you lost 10 or 15 game weeks in that fashion, I'm telling you, it'd be a different kind of sunglasses episode.
No, it would
but
be,
like
but I'm
I
not,
think
like
the
I
one
said,
thing
I'm
that
not going to throw
a
it.
lot of people don't want to give credit to Hal. Hal showed up.
No, they did.
Yep.
They
Hal,
did. They heard what all of us said about going straight back down, and they like not without a fight.
I know they,
No,
they showed
most
up, and
championship
I was
clubs
very.
come up and then they ride on the high. So I mean, and they what a high they rode on. They got here because of process of elimination and default rather than actually deserving it. So
But still, they're here now. And
if
they
we lose
like
against Ipswich,
maximum.
then I'll start. I won't lie. Then we got problems because we should not be losing at home to Ipswich. But let's just wait and see. Let's just see when that 85 million bid goes in for Hall. I think we're calm.
My
Yeah, but
thing with
like
Luke Shaw is you, you don't need your fullback to drop a 10 out of 10. Like, I mean, it's nice if he does, but like you really you'd rather have in a 38 game season, you'd rather have a fullback drop 38 7 out of 10s
Mhm.
instead of 19 10s
And
and
19
And the rest
nineteen
zeros.
is,
fours,
yeah.
right? It's not with the striker, it's the other way around, right? But with the fullback, you don't need a fullback unless it's like a Cafu or a Trent or someone who's going to a fullback who can win you the game, right? For someone like Luke Shaw, like as good as he played in the second half, was it necessary?
No, because
No.
you're already 2 goals down by the time you
Exactly.
turned up.
Exactly. And the reason why he played so well in the second half was because A, he had Rashford taking his man on, and B, he's like, oh, I don't have a fullback to worry about. So let me just free real estate.
Yeah. No, but I think it's game week 1, guys. Let's not.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
funny.
I'm not
It's
even with
funny.
the
It's
Liverpool
fucking
game. It's the same
hilarious.
thing. You can't.
Yeah. If
Even if Fulham
everyone
win
is,
today, you can't, especially with Chelsea, with literally everything is changed. It's fine. It's game week 1. It's game week 1. There's you can write your headlines in the newspapers. Newly promoted team beats United. It's fine. It's
The,
genuinely okay. You
the
lose
only
games like
team
these.
that looked convincing was Arsenal. Okay, I didn't watch Brighton, but the only team that I saw that looked convincing and looked like, listen, we're a team is Arsenal. Every
yeah,
other
yeah,
team I watched looked like they were still learning each other.
Yeah, I thought
yeah.
Brentford against
No,
Spurs
very
were
true.
pretty good.
Okay, I didn't watch that game either. So
It was a brilliant game. But like, just to I don't know, close off the conversation around Man United. I know everyone likes making fun of Man United except for Man United fans. But guys, come on, it's a nothing result. The boys didn't show up, and Hull were excited. And the fucking fans were
Mhm.
passionate. The
mhm.
fans were
That
they were
that whatever the
irritating.
hell that was.
That was they were
Mauled by the
irritating.
Tigers.
They were proper irritating. And the thing that you touched on, Trishul, and that's the one that concerns me, is your middle being on top of each other.
Mhm.
It's never a good thing. And I know they've grown up enough to have an understanding that if this person is here, then I need to be not here, if that
Mhm.
makes sense.
I think
But
Tielemans thought he was still the main man that he was at Villa, where he was the advanced eight. Like now he needs to learn to be the deep lying playmaker, because we
yeah,
know that if you take
so then
some of the stress off
that
of
sits
Bruno,
with the manager,
yeah,
in that he didn't speak to them properly as to who's here. Because you can speak about, oh, we can interchange and all of that shit, but when it comes to interchanging, there has to be an understanding that if I'm going to be an 8 and you are the 10, and I'm now the 10 and you're the 8, at some point we shouldn't both be right in
tens,
the middle
yeah.
of 8.5 or 9. Yeah, but like they look weird. I'm pretty sure they can iron that out and get it over and done with.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
I was
Tielemans is a
expecting,
very, very high IQ bowler. So
yeah,
like I said, I'm not making a mountain out of a molehill. Even if we won 2-0, I wouldn't be such a ranting and raving and saying, "Yeah, winning the league."
if you won 4-0, you'd be leading the league now, and you'd be like sunglasses and whatnot.
No,
But
no, no, no. It's game week 1. It's game like when Fulham beat you guys in the next hour. I'm not gonna ping you and Onke and Mike in the
you
group
will, you
and
will, you
start
will,
laughing at you.
you will. Any predictions before we call it?
I think 2-0
For
Chelsea. I'm excited for this game, man. I'm
I,
very excited for this game.
I
Like
said
Shiva
last
said, I'm
week
keen
that
to see that front
Fulham
three.
Fulham are going down, and that front three. So our defense looked like a defense that never played with each other before. Their midfield looked like a midfield that never played with each other before. Your front three, as I said, they could click and it could be devastating, or they could all get in each other's way, right?
and it's gonna be funny.
I'm interested to see what's happening there. I think they will click because they are good players. I just don't think it'll happen right now. So that's what I'm interested to see. But
Especially with
Fulham,
Enzo and Caicedo. Caicedo got injured, by the way, Sichle. He was injured in training, same with Palestra. I was excited
geez,
to see Palestra, man. Not just because it's my FPL team, but I was
Fucking
excited to see him.
beast of a player. I'm proper excited with him. That he just keeps on going. But
Mm.
anyway, yeah, I'm also I don't know. I'm for win Chelsea 3-0, I think.
Yeah, I think Chelsea will. I think Chelsea 2-0 Chelsea.
Should, but
I
you
think
never
Chelsea
know.
will
You
win.
never know.
No,
Um,
I think Fulham are going down. I said this last week. I think Fulham are going down. I don't know where they're gonna get their goals from.
Okay. All right, guys. I think we can call it to everyone who's tuned in, who's still there's like still a lot of people on online. Much appreciated. We forgot to do the like, comment, subscribe, and all of that other thing. But you know the drill by now. It's been fun having this conversation. We are kicking off in the next like 20 minutes. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you guys very soon. I think we can call it now, gents. Much appreciated for your time.